it's a warm day. You having fun out there? We're having fun here. A lot of you guys told me you were very wet, so I guess you were in the pools and stuff like that. It's great to be back at this park. As you know, some of you have been here before. I'm sure my 20-something years, 26 years of doing this show every single year. I love coming here, everyone. I love going to all of the Busch Gardens and SeaWorld parks. In the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'll be going to almost, I don't know how many zoos and theaters throughout the country, talking about animals. But here, it's incredible for me to do that. In a park, by the way, you've heard me say it, in 1968, that's a long time ago, okay, I know that, 1968, the dinosaurs were gone, so that's okay. 1968, I spent my honeymoon here at Busch Gardens. Well, okay. I also spent it at Las Vegas Park. And so you can see that, oh yeah, the old ladies at our wedding, we danced the board free, those are 99. So my wife caught on very quickly that I love animals. But the thing is, we spent our honeymoon here, and our first daughter, Kathleen, was born 9 months, 6 days later. So I really love Busch Gardens. Now I have 3 daughters, been married 47 years, and 6 grandkids. You know where I take them? The kids in England, my other grandkids? 2 places they've always gone to. Obviously, they're going to see where my home base is. Next place is SeaWorld. Next place is Busch Gardens. We got pictures now from way back. We got clapping spots. I'm not going to do these speeches. It's not because I'm here because of money or anything else, everyone. I'm here because I love these parks. I know what they do. I've been coming here for many years. We both of us, the SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, Jack, Mother Zoo, we both help each other a great deal. And real quickly, I'm a very funny person, as you see. And David Letterman, he says, I'm a walking encyclopedia of misinformation. That's really nice when you say that to me. But we got the last show on April 29th. 30 years, everyone, over 100 shows, April 29th. You'll see how we're getting back at all the abuse of 30 years. I'm just kidding, I'm not going to hurt you bad. But it should be really worth watching for all you all. But the one thing I want to say before we get into animals, it has a lot of fun knowledge about animals. The fact that we all know what was on TV here last year, before, this what they call a documentary. Let me tell you something, everyone. If I thought one iota of anything like that to everyone else, I would not be here. Remember something, everybody. Things did happen way back. Look what teachers spanked me in school back in Tennessee, the belts. Look what happened in research with children. Our daughter has cancer in 1977. She now has brain tumor today because of research back then they don't do anymore. I could go on and on and on for you in every profession what happened back then. Remember, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens were not owned by the people that own it now back then, okay? So what I want you to understand is, not just my love of these parks, but watching you all out there and your love of these parks. A woman came up here during when I was signing before, not this show, the other show, came up to me and it was said, I used to say in my speech, you know, Mr. Hanna, what I love about this is, you provide me the chance to SeaWorld, quote, at Busch Gardens, provide me the chance to see these animals I would never in my life be able to afford to see. That's all I had to hear. That's all I had to hear. Because, yes, I have a show. Yes, you get to watch animals on the show. Yes, Hanna gets to go to Antarctica, the North Pole, South Pole, Amazon, Africa, every continent in the world. I wish each and every one of you could do it. Then you would understand about the world out there. It is a beautiful world. It is beautiful to see animals in the wild. It also, everyone, is a very unforgiving world today in a certain way. I'm not a pessimist, everybody. I'm not at all. I really think you younger kids are going to see animals that we're going to bring back and you'll see more of them. Because thanks to the Lord, what all of us do is zoological and aquarium field. I guarantee you, the history will show that what we're doing, you'll see these animals in the future. Some of you are going to see them here tonight. The last thing we're going to see is a full-grown cheetah, or almost full-grown cheetah here today. You're going to see what the Zoo World, Busch Gardens, what we're doing to save the cheetah from extinction. And I think this animal after animal. One last example. Several weeks ago, I was out in California just doing the SeaWorld shows like I do every year at their park. How many of you remember what happened to all the sea lions about 6 to 8 weeks ago? I see some of you nodding your heads. Hundreds of sea lions, little babies that just lost their mother, will be washed on shore like seaweed. It was the most incredible thing you've ever seen. It was a very sad thing. Yes, about 20% of them are gone already, washed up. The rest of them, SeaWorld shut down their sea lion exhibits at their parks, sent all their staff out to SeaWorld San Diego. Some of these guys have been up for 2 or 3 days without one drop of sleep. Nothing. All of them working 24/7, building these temporary enclosures, getting these sea lions. What happened was, the babies were eating the moms. I guess a certain type of fish that they eat when they're little, young like that, never showed up. Being washed up, starved to death, eating bones and everything. They brought in there, now I think most, not think, 80% of them are back out there living today, thanks to SeaWorld and Busch Gardens. We have another problem in Utah. This right here is our national bird, everybody. Obviously. How many of you are veterans out there? Alright? Tell me what this means to all of us. It means what our country represents. Magnificent represents freedom, we all know. Yes, this is an injured bald eagle. SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, their parks, along with several parks throughout this country, we do a tremendous job of rehabilitating the bald eagle, getting into the wild. Some of them cannot make it back to the wild. You're sure not going to put down an American bald eagle when you use it for education. A lot of young people, that I grew up in Tennessee, my dad was in the service, I was just always taught that the bald eagle is in our country. You know something? I can tell you this, I never saw a bald eagle until I built a cabin in Montana. At that point, we are very blessed to have a bald eagle here nesting on our property. Look at that wingspan of that animal. What's amazing, everyone, when the bald eagle is hatched, it's the size of your fist, all right? A little feather ball is all it is. In less than 12 weeks, the bird is this big. One of the fastest growing birds in the world. They do not have a white head or tail. Why is that? Because it doesn't develop for 3 to 4 years of age. Some people, not intentional, let's say a bald eagle would come down and maybe very seldom scoop up a chicken or do something on your farm, whatever it might be. By the way, they do not pick up babies, by the way, like some folks have said the other day. They don't do that. Then the animal itself is an animal who sometimes is shot, not knowing if it is our national bird. It's a federal crime, by the way, to shoot a bald eagle if you don't know that. The talons on yes, you have a white-headed tail, 3 to 4. The talons, the feet on that animal, as you can see up there, if you notice the feet there, the talons. Those talons are related. If that bird would land on my arm right now, a wild bird, I'm not saying a bird like this, that by the way is called mating, it's not hurting the bird. If it were to land on my arm, I'm pretty good up-sized arms, it would go through my skin, through my muscle, break my bone in 1 split second, as big as I am. Any of you guys out there would happen to. Why is that? Because the bald eagle, everyone, has 1,000 pounds of pressure per square inch in that talon right there. You can imagine the power. The eyesight is miles off. It's called a jackrabbit miles away. The animal also, it's just the bald eagle, everyone, people don't know this. I had to see it for myself in Montana. They just eat something that's gone. It's like a buzzard. They just eat something there, like it could be deer on the road, it could be cat on the field, whatever. Sometimes they're very easy time of eating something, then they'll do that. Because mostly they eat things like other birds, right, and have their life things. So there it is, everybody. An animal that's monogamous, makes for life. An incredible American bald eagle. Thank you so much for So a lot of work on all these parks, everybody. Much more behind the scenes than you're going to see. I know, isn't it amazing how you guys appreciate these beautiful 2 women? Everything okay. These are animals that you don't see very often, everyone. These are 2 baby spotted leopards. Spotted leopards are very endangered animals, alright? Spotted leopard is from Asia. Borneo, Sumatra, Malaysia, whatever. That's where the animal lives. This animal, everyone, has been seen by very few people in the world in the wild. I went to Malaysia to film several years ago. No way. I got there for 10 years. The main footage you see of this animal is done on tripwire cameras or cameras that go off according to what motion is. That's what you see. You go see a film of this. This is amazing spotted leopard. And you're saying to yourself, oh my gosh, they just pulled them from the mother. But you hear that all the time by somebody on the white slopes. No, that's not quite the way it is. Like I tell people, these people never been in the wild. These animals, everybody, are solitary cats, number 1. Number 2, a lot of times these cats, especially this type of leopard, cheetah, other cats in the world, even the tiger, not usually, they would take their firstborn and consume it. The cheetah very fast, as happened with her. So these animals are obviously endangered. They're in a zoological setting. We will get the animals after the mother's nursing for a while to raise them. Now, why is that? Because if this animal is a female that grows up to have cubs, back in the old days when I started this, let's say if the cheetah got sick, right? Or a cub got sick. What do you have to do? You tranquilize the mother, don't you? That's not good. A cat is very difficult to tranquilize, especially an exotic cat. So therefore, we can now go in there, tell the mother to be calm, go take the baby to the stick, take it to the veterinarian, 3 or 4 days, take care of it, put it back in the bottle. That is very valuable to animals on the verge of extinction. And there is no argument about it. This animal here, everyone, is one of the only cats in the world that spends 90% of his life in trees. By the way, the cat gets to be probably 35 pounds for a female, 50 pounds for a male, full grown. It's almost like this, right like this. Like maybe our bobcat, maybe a little bit smaller. They're not a large cat. This cat also in the wild has his legs, when he's full grown, his legs about this long. You would say to yourself, if you saw one, my gosh, what's on that animal's legs? Nothing's wrong because he spends 90% of his life in trees, not on the ground like a lot of cats do. This cat also has a tremendous leaping ability. The snow leopard, the mountain lion, cloud leopard, can leap up to 30 feet at one time, out like this. They're beautiful, everybody. They were sought after for their coat. They were sought after in the 1930s, 1940s, early days. They were sought after for coats. Remember something. Today, that's not really done throughout the world. But back when our pioneers came across our country, they had license, they had no clothing. So that was something. It's not today, obviously. So I want you to see it very closely. We want a cat very seldom to see the beautiful cloud leopard from Malaysia, that part of the world. So I'm just going to These animals here, everybody, are from Central, and this one is from Central and South America. This one basically South America. Party around Peru, Brazil, in that area. This is an armadillo. You're saying to yourself, oh, that's just an armadillo. Look at it very closely. It is one of the most endangered animals on the planet. This three-banded armadillo. The armadillos you have in Florida are like rabbits. We know that. The armadillos in Mexico, all that, there's plenty of those. People eat the armadillo. Did you know that? I'm sure you did. In this country, in Central America, South America, all over the world, the armadillo is considered a consumption food. This animal here especially, in the wild, when people live way out, you've got to go to the Amazon or some of these places, everyone. There are people, yes, you go to Africa, you go to a village, in the village, they'll be wearing t-shirts, New York Yankees, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, whatever. Obviously, they see people. The people where this animal lives, mainly, have never seen anybody. That animal is cooked like a taco, basically. That's what it is. It's for food. We've now tried to introduce chickens and things like that to the villages, so obviously this animal won't go down the tubes. Remember, this animal also dates back to the dinosaur era. The hairy armadillo from South America, I swear, if you think that thing came in the dinosaur era, you've never seen anything like it, the giant armadillo as well. It's a three-banded armadillo. You can see the back of it, has 3 bands of it. And by the way, this is the only armadillo in the world that can totally close up. Only 2 things can take its life: man and a jaguar. No other way anybody can kill that animal because his whole shell is like, you can't get inside of it. It's like a solid baseball. This animal over here is a sloth. And we'll walk around with that if you would like to. If you want to walk around with a sloth there, you get over there, turn over there, or you stand there. This is a sloth, everybody. This is a 2-toed sloth, all right? There are 2 sloth in the world. The 2-toed sloth and the 3-toed sloth. The 3-toed is a little bit bigger than this one. David Letterman told me several years ago, I took a sloth like this one. I said, Dave, look at this. It's a 2-toed sloth in South America, and the 3-toed sloth is also a sloth. He goes, what's the difference? 1 toe, you idiot. 2 toes, 3 toes. So it's simple. Anyway, you see here, she turns around here, you see here the two claws like toes there. The sloth, he doesn't have any feet to walk on. He lives his whole life in trees. He can live his whole life in 3 or 4 trees. Why would that be one of the hardest animals for me to build? Look at that creature. I mean, it just hangs around in trees. If that thing was in a tree right there, and sitting up there, I would never know it was there in daylight. Why? Because it rains a lot in Central and South America, especially the Amazon. In Panama, I was filming there several years ago, and the sloth had a greenish, brownish algae on it, and you think the thing was dead, just dripping gunk. And that means he's very healthy. He's up there hiding himself so predators can't get him. You can see the defense mechanism is nothing basically except for one thing. That's his teeth. He can't hit him with his claws basically. But his teeth, everyone, a lot of sloths, because what they eat are fat just like yours. And how do I know that? Because several years ago, I was taking some pictures of a woman up in Orlando that had raised a baby sloth. And it was done professionally. The animal was born, she had to raise it. So therefore, she was had to hear me on slot. Took a picture. We were talking after everything by ourselves, or with 3 other people, or whatever standing there. The sloth turned around and bit her right here. It was one of the most vicious bites I've ever seen on a person. I've seen a bunch of them. That's how quick it can be. Therefore, the jaguar to try to eat him, the jaguar would have massive lacerations, but it wouldn't win. This animal also comes down to the ground 1 day a week. You know, I see people laughing. To go to the bathroom. Why would he go to the bathroom in the treetops? Because if he went to the bathroom up there, it would fall down, the droppings would hit the ground, and the jaguar, ocelot, harpy eagle would go, hey, there's a sloth, we're going to eat him. So that's why he goes down to the nighttime, go to the bathroom real quick, goes back up his tree 1 day a week. The animal is one also that dates back again to the dinosaur era. They say the prehistoric sloth, everybody, weighed over 1,000 pounds. But I can't figure out how big the trees were. I mean, that's what bothers me the most. Also, I've seen video of this. They can swim, incredible. You wouldn't think anything built like that could swim. I've never seen it on video in person. So there we have it. Oh yeah, one last thing with the sloth too is here on the last show when 2 people come out that actually gave their time, their entire vacation time, took their own money, went to a rehab center I filmed 3 years ago in Hanna, right? It was great. It wasn't a pleasant place. The people were trying so hard. The government had opened it to save a lot of sloths are killed by cars. A lot of things are growing in Panama. They lost their homes. They were just covered in sloths. It was a jaguar and a lot of other animals. It wasn't the best I've ever seen. What did these guys do? They saw it. They went back there with their own money and now moved that. The people that were tremendously ready got them a lodge to give them a building as well as help them build pools and ponds and areas for the sloth and jaguars. These people here at Busch Gardens started saving animals in Panama. This beautiful park is. You please give a round of applause and other animals. That animal is threatened in some places. It's not in danger. It is threatened in certain areas over there as well. Now this is something here, everyone. These are actually rabbits we picked up downtown. Look at this close to this albino kangaroo, right? You don't see any of those anywhere in the world. This over here is that a great kangaroo? I can't remember. That thing is a great kangaroo over there. These are babies, obviously. They're in the pouch, obviously. Now, the kangaroo, everyone, is a marsupial. It's an icon animal, obviously. Australia has over 200 marsupials. 200 Australia has. We have 1 marsupial. What is it? A possum. No, I'm not talking possum. I'm just saying that's all we have. They have 200. The kangaroo is not only marsupial, everybody. It's one of the most amazing birds in nature. You won't believe this. That kangaroo there was born. You kids, look at your fingernail, kids. Look at, you know what jelly bean is? You jelly bean, don't you? When the baby kangaroo comes out of the mother's birth canal, it's the size of a jelly bean. It doesn't look anything like anything except a jelly bean. All right? So how does something that looks like a jelly bean come out of the birth canal and know to crawl up the belly of a kangaroo, walking or hopping around, crawl up there for half an hour on the skin, right there next to the belly, crawl up outside and go into the pouch and attach to the breast? Tell me if that's not what most amazing birds in nature. They say that over half of them never even make it up there because she's sloppy and falls on the ground within seconds. In the zoo world, if that happens, which happens, the kangaroo looks at least formed like a kangaroo with no hair. The eyes are formed almost like an unborn fetus, so to speak. If you see that, you can take it in the zoo world and feed the animal every 2 hours for at least about 3 to 4 weeks. You talk about a job, it's unbelievable. You cannot miss it. Every 2 hours is what it is. And if you try to save a lot that way. In Australia, if you go over there and go down the road, you'll see about every, I'd say 200 miles, a station there is a rehab center. So a lot of kangaroos get in my car. It's a female that she has a baby in the pouch, and it can be saved, and it's still alive. 2 to 3 days after she's gone. They go by and they have a kangaroo car to go up and down and rescue these things. It's amazing what they do over there. The kangaroo also has in the back foot there a claw. You see on both these animals. That claw, everyone, is fatal to something, for example, a dingo or dog tries to corner a wild, I said corner. They go 40,000 hours or 30 feet at a time, virtually impossible for anything to catch them. But as they do corner a wild kangaroo, they go like this, and when they stand up the full bones, their faces face me. That's how tall they are. That leg is long. They sit there like this, all of a sudden, that animal comes closer, he kicks out quicker, and you can blink your eye. Whatever's out there is not there anymore. That's a knife, basically. Until 3 or 4 years ago, in history, no one had ever been killed by kangaroo in Australia. These 2 guys were going to party one night, big old guys, saw a picture, came over to a party, and they're one of them come over here. It was over in this split second. They tried to corner a wild kangaroo. Now, in Columbus Zoo, I think here we have to make kangaroo law about you actually won't give them kangaroos at some of these parks. It's a real neat thing to do. So thank you for bringing iconic marsupial to beautiful kangaroos. Oh yeah, what do you call a group of kangaroos? A mob. 500 kangaroos in the field is gorgeous. It's called a mob of kangaroos. This right here is an animal you want to take a picture of. There may be a dozen of them in this country. Can you believe this? There are only 2 animals in the world. You're seeing one of them in the whole world that lay an egg. This is a mammal that lays an egg. And still hardly comprehended. Picture an elephant that lay an egg. Now, a big old egg. But this is what it is, everyone. Look at the face of this animal. We can stop there and say thank you. You see that? Look at the feet. The whole thing. Someone said it looks like the good Lord took all the leftover parts and made it a kid. But you see there, those quills here are not like a porcupine, but they're very sharp, like this. I mean, you're talking like a needle. What he does is something he approaches to eat him, he'll dig a hole and leave his bottom sticking out of the earth just a little bit. Obviously, his face is full of holes. He doesn't want the quills here do not leave the animal's body. The animal that's hard to believe when I've seen this. The animal lays an egg. This animal lays an egg, right? The egg will hatch. All of a sudden, that little baby, there's no breast on this animal. So a flop of skin is down here. On the flop of skin, blood red milk comes out. Not white or green, blood red milk comes out. Especially in Australia, it's much redder than here because of the minerals of the earth. The animal also eats like little insects, little worms, all sorts. You can see the beak right there. But I don't know what you know inside that beak. And they do rely on dirt. This animal has to live in dirt 24/7 to stay alive. I've only seen it one time in Australia. So there it is, everyone. And the kid, very few in this country, maybe a dozen in the United States of America. Thank you, Bush Guards. I said beautiful animal. Every animal is beautiful in its own way. It really is. Until you have a big old cobra chasing you, and then you don't like that. I think people ask me animals I like the best. First off, my wife's not here. My wife's my favorite animal. Okay? You asked me that. She's not supposed to be here. Sue? Get out here. That's good. Okay. This next animal here. What's my second best animal? That little thing? I'm not sure. It's bush gardens. Yeah. I'll see Frenchman. Frenchman is a good animal. Now this, everybody, is what we have coming out here because you won't see these very often at all. In many zoos, not just zoos. You'll never see them also in the wild. I've only seen them one time all my years, 100 years out.
Ambok. That's Ambok.
This is one of the wild boars that live in Florida. I've never seen one. I haven't seen a wild boar in Florida.
Ambok.
I'll tell you something, everybody. That animal does have leftover parts. It is amazing. This animal, the aardvark, is a creature, everybody, without skin. One time in my life, that was at 1 o'clock in the morning. There may be not 20, right? Well, that was stupid. I don't know. This is Anthony, by the way. He's got guitars and everything. He told me not to kick this, but I just did. This looks like those little ice cream things. What do you call those little? They're nuts. Yeah, they're nuts. I wasn't doing nuts. Definitely is. Really? Sorry. I meant that. Oh, I was trying to be funny. Actually, I thought it was like they're nuts. Anyway, this animal here, everyone, the ears are for hearing. Incredible hearing, smell. You would not believe it. Those claws of this animal, that looks like a spider to you, doesn't it? This animal, everyone, a lot of times, what hyenas will do, this animal will dig its den, right? A lot of times they'll leave their dens. Watch where a hyena goes. It's usually in the den of one of these creatures digging it for them. And they can dig it quicker than you can blink the eye. I'm serious. You go there, you see one thing, I've seen some video of it, it's like 60 seconds. This animal dig a hole to put his body in. It's beyond any machine you can ever work in nature. The animal obviously doesn't have teeth, but he eats insects and things like that. And he's beautiful. So let's hear from Artie the aardvark. I want a few people to actually breed the aardvark. It's not some animals you see a bunch of laying around, not laying around in zoological parks anywhere, or even in the wild, for a matter of fact. I don't know, I've never heard numbers of the aardvark. Now, I Americans are saying, oh, this is just a toucan, all right? Just a toucan, big deal. Well, it is a big deal. Why is it a big deal? Because a lot of you may or may not know the second largest smuggling in our country. The second largest smuggling, drugs is number one, two is smuggling exotic animals. The number one animal being smuggled is the bird family, all right? I did a show one time 15, 20 years ago. I don't like undercover shows. That's just not what I do. But one time I said, I got to find this out for sure. I heard that the birds in the jungle, village people, when they get them out of the nest, get $5. But you know what's so crazy is that from a call parrot, or a bird like this, when they get, especially with call parrots, when they get in our country, they sell anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. So then I had my answer my question. So I went over there, sure enough, I must get the bird in the jungle by this little bird, this little bird. Then it goes to the village, then it sells for maybe $20, then it goes to the port, the city on the coast, or wherever, then it goes for $50 to $100, then it gets to America, it goes for $3,000 to $5,000. So you can see now what's happening. However, the federal government over the last years has now increased the security with dogs. These dogs can smell anything. If there were children here, I would tell you how they smuggle some of these animals, and a dog isn't really good the way some of these smuggling was done. It will blow your mind what these guys have found, how people get these animals in this country. It is now calmed down somewhat. This is a toucan. That beak, what's unique, the colors, I think you can't see them really. Yes, it's yellow. You guys in the front up here can see the green, the lime green on his eyes, the pink, the orange. There's even one one toucan parrot that is absolutely beyond any color I've ever seen on any animal on earth. This species of bird. That beak right there, everyone, looks like, my gosh, how does he carry that beak? I literally, a bird that lost his life in a while, I picked up a beak that was laying there by itself. That beak, everybody, you go like this. Not even blow in your hand, you can blow from here. Is it the lightest thing I've ever seen in the entire world? Is that little beak? They do eat grapes. Is that the grape? They do eat grapes. And here, I don't call it Tuki. I don't know what his name is. Here, Tuki. Now, what happened, that's what I did. Last week, in Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, I was throwing 2 grapes to the toucan. All of a sudden, this little boy up here just went nuts. He thought it was funny. So I just far away. The boy sitting right there. I had an extra grape. The trainer had it in his pocket. I have no idea what was in the trainer's pocket all day. He takes a grape like this. I've never even succeeded doing this in 10 years of doing this. I go, open your mouth, son. I go like this. That kid grabs it right in his mouth. I said, oh God, I don't know what the grape is in. Spit it out. When he chews it, swallows it. I'm just waiting for his parents to call. He's got some fatal disease or something. Anyway, that took your toucan there, but a fruit-eating bird. Thank you so much for that. I don't feel more great as a kid. Never again. What we'll do on this one, everyone, not that anymore, we just kind of keep quiet, it's good. And what we'll do is, if you can, everyone, what you'll see here is if you're moving right now, the cheetah will pick you out. I'm dead serious. And by the way, if you have to go to the bathroom real bad, you can go ahead and go at 75 miles an hour. That's what you have to do. Because what you're looking at here is the fastest land mammal in the world. That obviously you see cheetah here in this park. This is one of the few parks in the world, everybody, Columbus and several others, where you see a cheetah run. A cheetah run means that you have an area to run the cheetah at 50 to 60 miles an hour. This is the fastest land mammal in the world. You parents, when you drive home, you go to the interstate, obviously interstate, you're going 65 miles an hour. I'll look back and describe this to you. You have to do it. You go 65, tell your kids to look out the window, and a cheetah would be able to pass you through the wild. Can you imagine that? Do it someday. That's what I remember myself all the time. I can't believe a cheetah runs that fast. Look at the animal's eyes if you would. See the eyes of the cheetah? You can focus on the eyes a second here. I want you to see the eyes, everybody. A little closer to that. Let's see if we can pull in on the cheetah's eyes like we did last time. Maybe this is, yeah, there we are right there. You look around the camp. There we go. Look at that. What do you see there? This says all about the cheetah. You see the dark marks here under the eye? That's because it's one of the few cats in the world that will hunt in the heat of the day. It's probably the only cat that will hunt 110-degree temperatures. This is a very weak cat, everybody. What do baseball players and football, like right there? What do baseball players and football players do? They put the chalk on there, don't they? And it makes me the good Lord created this thousands of years ago, because that's what the cheetah does. The cheetah will hunt in direct sunlight. No cat hunts in direct sunlight already. No cat. If you were in Africa, and you were in a bush plane, went down there, and you were willing to walk away from the bush plane, you had 6 cheetahs sitting right in that front row, no problem. You don't have any problems at all. You have one lion sitting there, that's the last lion you've ever seen. That's simple. The lion will take you down. The cheetah will not. Why is that? Because it's a weak cat. You take this cat, look at this, it's like a greyhound. I don't think we can do it here, but in a minute, the last thing I'm going to do today, when we get him on the floor again, I'm going to show you his feet. When they do show you the feet, remember something. It's the only cat in the world with non-retractable claws. Your cat at home retracts his claws. Every cat in the world retracts their claws. The cheetah does not. If you try to track a cheetah in the wild, you'll be tracking a hyena. It's like a dog's foot. Look at the animal's tail. That tail, you can focus on the tail and see what's happening and see something moving. See the tail? That tail, everybody, is flat. To you, it looks round. That's correct. The bone itself is totally flat, like a truck ran over. Why is that? Because this animal's tail, everybody, is viewed like a sail on a sailboat. We have one of the only videos, and CBS did this for us, by the way. You guys, some of you golfers out there golf, you see how the golf ball is slowing down in motion, like the golf ball goes 100 miles an hour or whatever. The cheetah, when we filmed it, CBS did this for us at the golf tournament, Columbus Spearfield tournament. It's running like this, right? The guy at the zoo. The cheetah makes a turn like this. It doesn't go like this, it goes like that. Right? And no car can even do that. The cheetah immediately goes like this, falling like an impala or gazelle. They move like that. He goes like this. Because we never do this. Just because it's slow motion, because it's a split second when it happens. The cheetah goes like this, but his whole body goes off the ground, everybody. Nothing's touching the ground. It's like a bird flying like this, like that. It's a split second what he does to make a turn. So the whole body's thin. You can see like an airplane almost. His tail is if you go over there, I'm going to show you the feet here in a second. The cheetah, that's how they look, full grown, all right? They're not big as you can see. Just last June, everybody, just last June, the cheetah was listed as the most endangered cat in the continent of Africa. The leopard was, then it was going back up, it's doing pretty good. The cheetah, now the cheetah just in the last few, I'd say 6 to 8 months, is showing some good signs right now. One thing, when the cheetah hunts, everybody, it hits something like a gazelle, 60% of the time, 60% the animal gets away from it. If that happens, then she has to rest a little bit, right? Maybe a day or two. If she doesn't make a hit in and hold and get the animal down, her cubs will die. Eventually she will. So let's say she does make a hit. She has to grab here, everybody, right here. It has to hold on for at least 10 minutes. At that point, then she can start consuming her food. When I make it spill a tire kill like in Nepal or in India, that takes, with a 3,000 pound water buffalo, that takes less than 5 seconds. It's like a bomb going off. This is not the case here with cheetah. So let's say the cheetah does make I don't like the word kill. Let's say the cheetah does make a hit and is consuming their prey. The lions and hyenas who are sleeping, they'll look up there and say, hey, there's the vultures and buzzards. The cheetah made the kill. They'll wake up, walk over there, and take the food from the cheetah. Lions have been known to eat the cheetah. But the animal doesn't have that great in nature. But today, what we do is, we now, Columbus and other zoos, are providing the Anatolian Shepherd. It's a dog like this big, it's like a German Shepherd kind of, in brown. Now, some of you may have one. I'm not saying the animal's dangerous. I'm saying it's known as a species to be aggressive. And so, here's what we can show you, everyone. We're now giving those dogs to ranchers and society. What? You're talking about the cheetah, they have a dog up there. Well, it was a dog, wasn't it? But it's not going to sit. Did you pick up your devil? You got it, that's great. Back to what I was saying. History can show that the dog can save the cheetah from extinction. We're supplying the Anatolian Shepherd to the Maasai and other ranchers to keep the cheetah away from killing cattle, sheep, and goats. You would kill the cheetah when you're trying to have food on your table. That's what we're trying to avoid. So with that said, I'm going to put Susie Rapp on to tell you probably the dog very quickly, and then we'll clap after they leave. We'll quickly tell you.
Well, the reason we raised the dog with the cheetah is a lot of you don't realize that this is a very fearful animal. This animal would rather flee than fight. And since we want to raise awareness about what's happening to cheetahs, how few of them are left, we want to train them. And what better way to train an animal that's afraid of its own shadow than pairing it up with the most confident animal in the world, a Labrador Retriever. So Kiki was a single cub, and single cubs do not survive with cheetahs. They don't survive in the wild, and they don't survive in human care with the mother raising it. We have to take them. And Nisi, and just to let you guys know, Nisi is 1 year old today. Today is Nisi's birthday.
the one that they call from all this country, throughout the world, when it comes to raising cats. But she is the one that helped start the Cheetah Conservation Fund, international, right, by the way. And they have raised several millions of dollars through all the shows that we've done with the cheetah. We've taken to Washington to the Senate to show people about, there are a lot of problems we have in the world, no doubt about it. We want to show them the magnificent creature there, the cheetah. And they go and clap, Susie? Susie, clap, they clap, get it. The cheetah, they clap right now. Okay, she didn't clap, go ahead, clap. Here.